first time I've seen a warning like that. So the next little bit could be interesting. Morning folks, Mike here. Small update. So it's now Friday, October 2nd, and I'm back on the trail after being home for a couple days just to kind of wait out some bad weather, and picked up exactly where I left off last time on Lindenwood Road, just south of, or actually just outside of the Lindenwood forest. Just got dropped off. It's pretty chilly, as you can see. I have a sweater on. Actually, I have a few layers on, and got my toque. Got some gloves. It's about 8 or 9 degrees this morning. Chance of showers, but luckily it's blue skies right now, so hopefully I can get my my day's hike in. View from the Lindenwood Management Area. A little chilly, but it's a beautiful day. Hey guys, so I made it through the Lindenwood Management Area and seamlessly transitioned to the Bass Lake Management Area, and the trail has been pretty good so far. I had to climb up a few rocks and rock faces, but nothing too major. Obviously everything is pretty wet, so did a little bit of slipping, but nothing too bad, and no falling or things of that nature, so nothing too bad except for what I just did there. So this is just a roadway of sorts, but with the rain that we just got over the last few days, or the past week, everything's got a beautiful color green to it. So I believe I'm still in the Bass Lake Management Area, and have been coming across some of these crevices, but in comparison to what I saw before, it wasn't really all that spectacular in terms of, you know, depth or width or what have you, but just to give you guys an idea that the crevices that I was seeing around Owen Sound and leading up to here are continuing. So as you can see, not nearly as deep, only about 4 feet there. So I lost quite a bit of time. I think there was a blaze that was chopped down or turned around or something, and I missed it, and ended up wasting the better part of an hour trying to get back to the trail, which I ended up doing. But now I have roughly 20 kilometers or so, maybe a little bit more, to hike before dark. And hiking on the Bruce at night is not something I want to do, especially after so much rain, and I'm slipping and sliding on mud already. So, all right, guys. So right after soon after the bear warning, came the side trail for the Birch Camp. So let's check this puppy out. Very squishy from all the rain. And property line on the right hand side. And Thunderbox. Fancy one at that by the looks of it. Alright guys, I won't give you the tour of that. And the end of the trail, or side trail I should say. Hey folks, so I've caught up a little bit as to where I almost should be, and thought I'd show you a little bit of the trail as I pass through Kemble Mountain Management Area. So this is the northeasternmost part of the trail. Oh, there's a nice view before I get into Wyerton. There's the bay over there. Still no signs of a bear. Not that I'm saying I'm disappointed, but I still think it's odd that I saw a few deer in Niagara and a rabbit just the other day, and aside from squirrels and chipmunks, that's basically been about it. Alright guys, well, here's the next thing. As you can see with that blaze, had to come in from underneath there, from over there, and got rock face up here, and more down the trail. So let's go check this out. Okay, so it looks like we just go to the bottom of this. A little bit of a slip. Another little bit of a slip. That's pretty damn cool. There we go. And that's where we just came from. this is the view coming out of Kemble Mountain area. A bunch of birds. Guess what we get to do? Excellent. Alright. There we go. Blaze. Ooh. Oh, that was fun. So this little bit here is going to end at Colpoy's, and that's where my car is. And as for tonight, I was thinking about just crashing in the car, but my shoes and my socks got soaked once more as I went through another farmer's field, and it's supposed to go down to 0 or 1 tonight, so there's a chance of frost. So even though I should really be comfortable in my sleeping bag and I got another blanket with me and whatnot, I really don't want to put on frozen shoes in the morning. So I am going to go into town and get a room, put my feet up. And of course, if you guys are watching this and have any suggestions for other Ontario trails, I'd be more than interested to hear your suggestions. Like, subscribe. Any other questions you have, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to get back to you. There are quite a few topics that are very specific to the individual, so depending on what your questions are, I'll do my best. But things like shoes or even sleeping bags, that can be pretty personal in terms of, are you a cold sleeper, warm sleeper, budget. Budget is huge when it comes to backpacking gear. Case in point, my experience with sleeping pads started off with I think a $40 or $50 one from Wish, and it wasn't bad, but it didn't have a R rating at all. But it's good for summer. Get you off the ground, of course. And then I had an insulated inflatable sleeping pad from Neck. That was a little bit more money, about 50 or 60. But it's heavier. Because it's insulated, it's thicker, so you just can't stuff it into a stuff sack and throw it in your backpack. So it's, as wide as me. It didn't look too good, but oh well. Yeah, so it's pretty wide. It will roll, but it won't stuff. And again, it's heavy. And then I finally caved and I got a Thermarest Neo Air, I think it is. and phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But it's also $275 Canadian. So, but if you want to avoid the experimentation like I did, that I went through, spend the money once and you'll never have to spend it again. So anyhow, so with that, I should be coming up to Colpoy's Range Road pretty soon, and a nice warm car and some snacks and some Mio in my water, and off to town I go. All right, guys. Well, hope you enjoyed the footage here, and hope to see you out there. Ciao.